mental, and emotional attachment to something the body has experienced, something the person with the name, with the roles, with the, social groups has experienced. Trauma is something that can be and feel very, very influential for an entire lifetime. Or trauma can be more acute, something that someone is able to manage, move through, and become resilient from more quickly. I believe that a lot of us are walking around with multiple traumas. Some of this is just developmental. We were neglected as children, let's say. A trauma, and some may disagree, is not being seen for who we are as a child. Our voice being smothered, or our voice being disallowed. In other words, not even able to express what you want to express because someone says, no, that's not true. Well, all of a sudden the soul has been diminished, in some way, shape, or form. And the vessel experiences the trauma. This human being experiences the trauma. Consciousness doesn't experience the trauma. Consciousness is aware of what is this trauma here for to unfold, so that I may come home to myself knowing that I am not the trauma itself. I am the witness of, spacious, formless, timeless, loving, of this human being having this experience of trauma within the context of humanity and planet Earth. It can be defined in so many ways. I mean, someone that we love dying is trauma. An animal, a human, losing a job, getting a divorce, being bullied, being separated from family members when we're young, adoption, a natural disaster, a car accident, living in a household that doesn't acknowledge your value, sexual trauma, combat trauma. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And this is not to say that we need to live in a world where we're just focused on trauma and we have to be this, these stuck, hurt people. The trauma is the invitation for us to remember we're not that. We're not what happened to us. We're not what people said we were. We're not these stuck beliefs. We're not these patterns. That we are the witness of it. And we have the ability to co-create what it is that feels in flow and in ease with who we actually are on a soul level. So these traumas, as they occur over time and sometimes in the moment, present an invitation. Do we want to manifest the pain and the disease that can come from trauma in this body vessel and have that influence our life experience? Or do we want to welcome and be curious about how this body vessel has been impacted, this heart, this mind, and notice that we are the loving caregivers of this? And that we are the ones here who can hold this sacred and safe space for this body vessel, for this mind, for this heart, to start to transcend the trauma, into rising into morphing into, evolving into whatever it is, this next expression of who you're meant to be on the planet. There's a lot of pain to sit with, and I think that's where the fear is when someone hears trauma-based therapy or people talk about trauma. They don't want to because there's a fear it's got to be all dark and heavy. I don't know. My trauma work, we're laughing a lot. When we're in co-creation, there's some tears. Body can get uncomfortable, but laughter, joy, curiosity, it's all woven right there together because we have to have, remember, we have to have the honesty and the kindness. We have to be able to welcome this very vulnerable place of feeling trauma, these old conditioned um, places of being, and also kindness, love, and compassion to say, you're safe. No matter what you say here, no matter what you share here, you're always in control. You have the yes or no. Whenever, if you're ready. To be there available for yourself. That's the practice. That's a meditation practice. That's a loving conscious awareness practice. That's a being in one's channel practice. Is that I can hold the space for whatever is arising, no matter what it is, with loving conscious awareness. And I know that I can, it's not about fixing, managing, changing. It's about welcoming, allowing, being curious, and listening. Because something's about to unfold here as the death of the trauma occurs. There's a dissolving of that in your energetic field. It automatically opens up the new portal of what's to come.